Hey guys, Antari again. So here we have Battle versus Dark 5-1-2-1 from Marland forums. We decided to do a UU match, and this turns out to be a pretty fun battle because I bring in two new pokes in my team, Charizard and Lapras, which kind of pretty cool fit in my team. So he decided to lead with his Crobat, and first turn he goes for Taunt just to make my Butterfree to lose the ability of, powdering things. So after that, predicting a Super Fang, because in this day and age all Crobats are carrying Super Fang because this is this new Hard Gold and Soul Silver Egg move. So I go for my Charizard, and next turn predicting some kind of U-turn, I go for a substitute, but actually it didn't matter because he brings in his Hitmontop, which will intimidate my Charizard, and then Fire Blast, even though it got this Blaze attack, Fire attack boost, it didn't matter because it still do crap. So I go for another Fire Punch, just to do some damage. Jesus, today I sound totally retarded. I'm so tired, but whatever. So after that I bring in my Claydol and go for a trick, and for some random reason he goes for a Registeel. And this turns out to be totally awesome for me, because now he's trapped with using Ice Punch. I set up some Stealth Rock because, it's always good to move. So after that, predicting another Ice Punch, I go for my Lapras, and he decided to over-predict me quite well, and goes for his Hitmontop. So after that, afraid of some close combat or some Mach Punch, I go for my Catandog just to take it like a beast and get this thing intimidated. And he actually goes for a close combat, which turns out to be pretty good for me. And after that, predicting some kind of switch, or maybe he will stay in, I go for a Will-O-Wisp, and I put to the burn his Tauros, which it was totally vital in this match because now the amount of physical attacks dealt by this Tauros is halved. So I'm not actually afraid of the Earthquakes, and he decided to be obvious and go for an Earthquake. I don't know why he did that, but whatever. I go for a Fire Blast just to do as much damage as I can on this thing, and actually it looks like a KO, but actually it survived the burn, so next turn he will die because of the burn. So I decided to play a kind of obvious. He will go for an Earthquake just to do as much damage as I can before he will go down thanks to the burn. And I go for Morning Sun to get some HP back, and this turns out to be totally awesome because now I got full HP Arcanine and his Tauros will go down, so thumbs up for me. And his next poke was Crobat. He goes for a Super Fang. That's kind of a good play on his part, kind of safe. And I go for Fire Blast just to make sure that the next time which he will enter the battlefield, he will die because of the Stealth Rocks. So now he decided to run away with U-turn, and I go for a Fire Blast, predicting that he will go for his Registeel, because that's a kind of special wall of his. So I go for a Fire Blast, it's a stab and 4 times super effective on Registeel, so it will do a nice chunk of damage, even though Registeel got awesome special defense stats. And after that, because I'm faster, I go for another Fire Blast, which will obviously take it down, so yeah. And after that I got some leftovers recovery, and he decided to bring in his Aggron, and I go for a Will-O-Wisp because I want to be smart and survive the Earthquake, but actually I missed Will-O-Wisp, which may actually cost me a game, but yeah. He take down my Arcanine, and I decided to bring in my Butterfree because why not? This is my choice, Scarf, Butterfree, so it's obviously faster. I go for a Sleep Powder and puts to sleep his incoming Miss Mages, which is actually nicknamed Gengar, which kind of scared me off. So then I bring in my Azumarill because, that's kind of safe, and he decided to bring in his Aggron again, predicting me quite well. And I go for a Waterfall because I'm faster, and this will obviously take him down, even though he's got awesome defense stats, but it's super effective. So after that he brings in his Hitmontop. He decided to play safe and go for the Rapid Spin because he wants to make sure that his Crobat will enter the battlefield without a problem. So I go for a Waterfall and take it down, but I got this Intimidate attack cut from these Hitmontops, and that's kind of bad. He goes for his Crobat and go for a Super Fang, but it didn't matter because I go for a Waterfall and take it down without a problem. So his last poke turns out to be his Miss Mages, and he's still sleeping, so I go for a Waterfall just to take it down, but I got this Azumarill intimidated, so it isn't going to be one hit KO, but fortunately for me he's still sleeping next turn, so I take it down with Waterfall. So good game, Dark 5-1-1, and after this battle we decided actually to do a rematch because he told me that he wasn't using his right team, whatever that means. So I decided to accept his rematch, and we decided to do a UU match again. I bring in two new pokes like Dactrio and Magneton because Charizard was pretty useless for me, and he knew the half of my team, so he said that he will run even though he will win, but you know, whatever. So he decided to bring in his Clefable and predicting a Protect, which is kind of obvious. I take a switch into my Claydol, and after that I go for Stealth Rocks because I just want to overpredict him a bit. So after that I bring in again my Butterfree as he go for Anacar for some random reason, and then I go for a Poison Powder predicting some switch, and he bring in his Hypno, which is actually pretty cool for me because Poison Hypno is kind of useless for him. So then I take a switch into my Scary Mojo predicting a Thunder Wave, which is kind of a obvious move on Hypno, and Scary Mojo is actually immune to this Paralyze, so I go for a trick, predicting some kind of switch into Shackle, and he actually switched, so now his Shackle is useless for him because it obtained a Choice Scarf item. So he decided to lock himself into Anchor for some random reason as I go for a U-turn with my Butterfree, and then I bring in my Dactrio, so now he can't switch because of the Arena Trap, and I go for an Earthquake. And because he's trapped with using Anchor, he will Anchor my Dactrio, which is kind of useless for him. So I go for another Earthquake, and that will take down Shackle. So now he decided to bring in his Clefable, and fearing some kind of Ice Beam, I go for my Lapras because it's 4 times resistance. So he goes for Protect as I go for a Curse just to bulk up my defense and attack stats. So after that he goes for a Facade, and that's kind of surprising because what the fuck? Clefable with Facade, that's a physical move, and the attack stats of the Clefable isn't that great. So after that he makes me wonder again with using Fire Blast, which totally makes me surprised. And after that I go for another Curse. After that he decided to take a switch into his Tauros just to get this Intimidate attack card, and I go for a third Curse, which actually make my Lapras totally awesome. So after that I decided to go for a Waterfall as he goes for the return, because actually he was hoping to get some nice chunk of damage, but actually it do like 2 HP or 3 I guess. So yeah, I go for a Waterfall, and it nearly one hit KO this Tauros. So he decided to take a switch because he want to get his Tauros for later, and then he brings in this bird, and thanks to the Stealth Rocks it will be one hit KO, and yeah, Waterfall take it like a beast. So the crit is actually unnecessary here because with 3 curses up, my Lapras is kind of powerful, and Waterfall is stop. So then he brings in his Chansey. It's obviously faster thanks to the curse speed drop, and I go for a Waterfall, which will obviously take it down due to the low defense stats of the Chansey. So after that, his last poke turns out, he got 3 pokes left, but he decided to bring in his Clefable and run because he doesn't get chance against my Lapras. So great game, Dark 5121. Comment, subscribe guys as always, and see you guys later. Peace dudes, thanks for watching.